think so.
Oh, you're recording, aren't you? Okay. Bill started to record. Okay. So, yeah, Dr. Chiu or whatever you're going to call yourself this evening, please stand by. We're going to stream.
Hold on, dude. We're not live yet.
I know, but I'm just explaining.
Dude. Oh, okay.
But we need to go live and pretend like we're doing our intro and stuff, and then I think you'll end up going full screen most likely. As long as we can ride this pony, I don't know. See what the hell happens. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, and I don't know if you can hear the music.
He might. I don't know if you would. Do you hear the music?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, he does.
Okay.
How do you like that?
All right. So I'm gonna say.
Okay, so keys in.
Hold on. Global intermission.
I don't have my hat.
All right, we are going live. Oh man, Paul Panko's chimed in. Or he's seen it. Let's see who else. There's a few people that have seen this, bro. So hopefully we'll have. All right. We're just gonna cancel this one. Delete those. Okay. Delete it.
Why is it called April's Fool's Day? Fool Day? April Fool Day?
It's a long story, actually. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I did read about it once. I wasn't thinking about it today. So
Is it the fool the demons?
I just know it was hard for people to return calls today. No. Sure you got a live stream. Sure.
What kind of music, Kai?
Oh, like happy spring music.
Happy.
So yeah, and then without anybody knowing, we can change it to the dark.
Well, I go to commercial a lot of times.
But it does go to commercial quite a bit. Thank you for being patient, Lawrence, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking springtime.
So yeah, anyone who thinks you could just do it by yourself doing a production is out of their fucking mind. Dude, it's like that's why there's so many different people doing shit, because he's doing that and that and that
I'm
and
not
that
doing
and
that
that and
much.
test this and the thing here and the fucking thing over there.
To be honest, I'm coming up with all the shit that Bill doesn't. It's Bill's house. Bill put the system together. I'm just helping out with ideas and some backgrounds and fucking calling people, getting some mics, shit like that.
Producer, Bill's technical director, and you're trying to get content stuff around the street.
Yeah.
Trying. That was hard to hear you.
Hey, can you slow or speed up that voice control thing?
I can, yeah. It's speeded up.
Just a hair. And just, of course, I always have to say, Lawrence, please, project.
1, 2, better, worse.
Oh, yeah, totally.
How about, that's.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
just going to speak kind of an accent, anyways.
No, go back the other way. I like the other way. No, the lower creepy voice. You got to have the modulated voice.
Is it better? Finally turn it on then?
Oh, yeah, turn it back on, but you were good. You had the speed just right, and then you went up too far.
Okay, good.
Well, I'm just trying to, so when you're talking, I don't want it to sound garbled to everybody else,
Yeah, that's cool.
Talk.
All
right. We all work behind the scenes,
All right,
ladies and gentlemen.
Let's just go for it, man. All right, I'll choose standby. It looks like Bill's doing the stream key thing. And it looks like go live.
And I think we're live,
Are we
dude.
gonna go
Maybe, I don't know. Keep looking at
It
the
says
spinning
end stream,
blue wheel of connecting.
There is
of
live.
thing.
All right.
Oh, hey, I think we're
Cool.
live.
I know it's been a
I don't
while.
know.
Thank you for being patient. If you are watching, I don't know. If you are, you're probably not until we're on for like a minute. But we do have, and you can always watch this back. We've wasted some time. A very important person. What's going on, Bill, today? We're talking to a doctor.
A doctor, Dr. Abigail Henning.
We've been trying to do live stream.
Is that
not
it?
live stream? What am I trying to
Do I have the
Skype.
wrong noise?
No, it's Dr. Abigail Henning. She's a director of virology from Loma Linda. Friend of mine, a nurse friend of mine, put me in contact. She's been very gracious. She's being very generous with her time, and we are going to be talking with her via Skype as soon as Bill.
Well, was there anything else? I mean,
The nurses. I want to say thank you to all the nurses. If you know a nurse, you know, or if you are a nurse, you know how hard that job is and how thankless it can be, all the difficulties you deal with, and now you yourselves are in danger. So thank you to all the nurses, all the medical professionals out there. All right, dude.
do
See
we
if
have any word?
I'm trying to get to the stream so I can check comments.
Yeah, you have
see
to
if
check
there's
something out over there. What's
some-
over there?
Hold on.
Oh, while he's doing that, I am 3D printing masks. It's actually the first one I did was successful. I have another one cooking right now, and the one I actually put on the site, I'm making that one tonight, and I will demo tomorrow a couple different styles, and the files are available to everyone free.
I can't find the.
And check it out. If you have a printer, do it.
So we can
People
manage
need
this
them.
a
I've
little
already had a
better.
couple people ask me. So
All right. Well, I can't find the stream we're in right now for some reason, but we should go to the good doctor who's taking her time. Dr. Abigail Henning. Please welcome Dr. Abigail Henning, Director of Virology from Loma Linda. Doctor, I'm trying to look at the
Hello?
Skype. Hello, doctor. Go ahead. Introduce yourself and explain.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
Who is this? Who is this? Is doctor?
Yes, I'm Doctor.
You're not You're
Well,
not
you.
doctor. Hello.
Who's Abigail?
Who are you, sir?
Me. I am creator of COVID-19.
You what?
I create COVID-19. Are you American?
You
Are you American scum?
what are you?
Let me tell you something. I'm here to destroy you guys. I create COVID-19 to kill all capitalist pigs.
Dude, is my headset working right?
I don't know, man.
What are
You
Okay, are you
You
real,
have not
doctor?
seen anything yet. You will see my new creation right here. This is COVID-69. Not only will it come out of your mouth, but it will come out of your ass too. And everywhere. All your holes will be pouring COVID viruses. It's gonna be awesome. So many of you are gonna die. Look at you. Where the hell are you?
Who? Dude, if you could give us Abigail, doctor. We're here to talk.
I don't know who Abigail is.
And who are you, sir? You created.
My name. You do not need to know my name. You already see my creation everywhere.
What are you trying to say, really?
I am creator of COVID-19.
Yeah, dude, come on. It's no. We've read the reports. Who is this?
Look at me, I'm a scientist. I have COVID-19. Who are you? You are just small Americans, helpless. You,
I don't know
What?
what to say right now. Dude. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Bill.
You are wasting my time.
Dude, Bill got out of here so the doctor could. Fuck. Bill!
I don't need no doctor, no doctors.
Dude, you told me not to touch anything. Bill! Fuck. Are we even live?
What happened?
I lost it. Dude, what the fuck? Who was that?
Poor network connection.
Dude, that was a fucked up call. I don't know who that was. I'm gonna call my friend.
What's that all about, dude?
That was kind of scary. I don't know what. Dude,
Is that
I've been
people
trying to get
messing
people
around?
all fucking day. Finally get somebody. Dude, I don't listen.
You're the one who books this. I have to sit here and.
I'm fucking making a phone right.
This is horseshit.
Dude, this music fucking with me right now.
Why?
Because we just had some fucking weirdo on the fucking line. And now it's like, how you doing? Springtime? Would you like lemon with your tea?
Is that more
Dude,
fitting?
now I feel like I'm at. This is worse. Hello, check. Alright. Well, we were going to have a doctor from Loma Linda, and now I don't know what the hell's going on. John, I don't know, dude. Well, I was gonna type because I've been typing all day. John, I don't know. We had a friend of mine, a nurse friend of mine. We've been trying to call people all day to get.
And of
That
course.
was just some weird shit, dude.
What?
Oh. I'm not sure what it was, John. We were trying to talk to. We had the Skype thing going, and maybe we got the wrong Skype name.
No, man.
You can't.
No, I know. I already have carpal typing tunnel syndrome.
Dude,
whatever
that was
the fuck
just
it is.
fucking weird. I'm not. That was spooky, dude.
You're
Did
the
we-
one who books them.
Did we get fucking bombed? Not bombed like a mommy, like hoax. What the fuck is that bomb called?
Who you
Zoom
calling,
bombs.
dude? Who you giving?
bomb.
You
The Zoom
you
bomb,
gave
meeting
somebody
bombs.
my number.
I think we got meeting bomb, bro.
What did you do? Who you been talking to?
It's not. It's funny, but it's not that funny. But John, it's April. It is April Fool's. I think that's why nobody would call me back. We're asking them if
Is
they would be on the live stream.
So it's like
That's
Kai's
what
calling me
somebody
to do
gave
a
me.
show, and it's April Fool's Day.
Well, I got a reply. Leo, the director, Leo.
I don't know
Leo's
about
on.
that one.
Leo's on. Just texted me back. He's gonna call me tomorrow. But
come
yeah,
I
I had
can't
to tell
see
him and a
this
couple
shit?
people that no April Fools. I really need you. I would like you to be on the live stream. And no, John. That might have been a Zoom.
What's that?
I don't know where my Kindle is, but I didn't read the article. There's meeting bombs happening. Do you know that? Like if we set up we're on Skype though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read that. I need to read that article now. It's about Zoom. Like beware of people hacking into your Zoom calls and shit like that.
Yeah, I have Zoom. I haven't used it yet, though.
I didn't do Zoom. Oh, I got Zoom on my Kindle. I wonder because we did that first call. Wow. We may have got Zoom bombed
Zoom bombed.
by somebody. So I don't know. That my friend says no. The doctor is now unavailable. So I guess we're not going to have a healthcare professional on tonight, folks. I'd like to apologize for everybody that was waiting so patiently to get some information from a healthcare professional. And now I look like a fucking idiot again.
Maybe. Well,
So Kai's a fool day.
Kai's a full day.
I let you know, I started like at 9:30 or 10 this morning.
Yeah.
Trying to get people. Dude, nice mask.
Yeah, you like that?
Dude, that's
you like
fucking
that
rad.
one? Yeah,
If
that's
anybody's out there 3D printing, go ahead, do a mask.
yeah, it's
print
cool.
a mask.
There's a bunch of different styles and
Where'd you get that one? That design?
Thingiverse.
Was that the only one, or was that?
No, there's like 30. But
What-
then the one that the doctors and everyone's using for the government and from the website that I put on there on the thing and sent to people. Someone sent it to me and I sent it out to everyone else. Like, that's how it works. And dude, yeah, one's cooking right now.
wanna
Hey,
talk?
look at hey.
Who's that?
Hey, I think we got another. Do we have another
It
call?
looks like we have
Dude,
another
we got
call.
an old stagehand buddy,
We
man.
have a
He's not
technician.
old.
It looks
Well,
like we have
they
a
call us
technician.
old sometimes. I don't know.
I don't think he's old, but he might be wise. He looks pretty fucking wise. Look at that guy.
But I know a lot of people out there know this guy. He's a great man.
It looks like he taught Mr. Miyagi how to do shit.
Right? Mr. Lawrence Chiu.
LT.
Ladies
Hey.
and gentlemen.
Lawrence,
How's everyone?
everyone's all right. How are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Not bad, dude. Just chilling at home like everyone else.
Yeah, how you staying? How are you keeping yourself quarantined? Or you're
Just
quarantined?
keeping the you know what the secret to it is having like a schedule.
Yeah.
So working around the house, learning stuff,
Yeah, that is very true. Check.
and it's great. It's actually had all these projects lined up, and I'm just going through all of it.
Doing the same thing. Bill and I were talking about. We all got shut off of work. It's like now that we had, all those things we were talking about getting around to doing when we have time off.
Nice.
Yeah, what are you
Sorry.
gonna do now? Now you got the time. So yeah.
Who- Who's on that stream here? I see John. See Rigo. Rigo's on the stream.
Yeah, Rigo,
there's
man.
There's a few people that might be watching. I don't know who's watching right now.
I don't know. You have that.
I think
I don't
there's
have
3
that
people.
ability. Lawrence, do you know how can I see it? But
You have to go on Facebook, and you'll see who's
but
actually
let's
watching.
see, we're both administrators
So we're
for this. Okay, there's who's watching now. It's me, you, and John. It's us, you, and John, and now there's 4. See, I think you're the
Well,
4th.
Rigo is there.
Rigo was there. I don't see, and now it randomizes too. So I don't know.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, and then we go back and look at the analytics, and the analytics
Yeah.
say,
say whatever.
Right.
yeah. So I think the best night we had was the night when John and Russell came by.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I saw that.
viewers.
Yeah, I was
And
watching
when
that.
La Troika played, we had a good amount of viewers.
Yeah,
too.
dude, look, Troika was, and
That
even
has
on
the-
YouTube, it's like 300.
Almost
now,
300
something.
views.
Even
Holy
though-
shit, dude!
Yeah, check
Dude,
out-
they jammed. They had like a 15-minute song, a 25-minute song. Or,
Yeah, they play like a total of an hour,
Was it-
but like 3
So
songs.
so during the actual live, you had 300 viewers.
No, that's just whatever the YouTube thing. But
Oh,
people were. During the night. It was like 80 solid, 90
Yeah,
something
there
like
were-
that,
yeah.
solid all
Damn,
night
dude.
long. Yeah,
that's
Yeah, so
awesome.
It
It
was a
worked.
jam. It was.
You
they
know,
were
that's
good.
all of us. It's all the brothers. It's all brothers and sisters. And call your mom.
Right.
Watch.
So have you been out exploring outdoors?
What's that?
Have you had a chance to get outdoors, go hiking, exploring?
Not really, man. I'm just trying to avoid the whole thing because just even going up to Yucca, it was kind of freaky with all the people running around. I'm like, if they're freaking out here in Yucca, they must be really freaking out down the valley or in the city.
In the city, I couldn't
So-
imagine, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah.
weird.
The city, I'm sure, is pretty crazy. You know?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Right on. So are you like learning your 8th language now?
Now I'm learning violin.
Nice.
Just working on just learning stuff. Trying to learn some statistics.
Nice. nice. It's just
And then there's endless projects around the house. It's like constant.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I could go for a couple of years of this to to finish all that. So no shortage of that.
Right on.
But yeah, I mean, just like everyone, like getting calls for September and
Right. Right.
maybe August. That's pretty much it. Just
Yeah.
waiting around for all that
Yeah.
stuff.
August at the earliest.
August at the earliest.
Yeah.
At the
For me.
earliest, it's like that's the rumors, like the August. It's like what?
Right.
Well, major shows. Who knows? I'm hoping little shows will start popping up. You know.
Yeah, locally, I'm sure something's gonna pop up
Oh,
around.
actually, dude, I read today. I found out a person I used to work for or did a show with Google, and they had it's www.eir.team. So it's
Yeah.
COVID-19 entertainment industry response.
Right.
So it's like Gallagher and a bunch of other companies all come together, and now they constructing, big, huge operations for wherever they need to. So this is a big thing. It's cool. Tent,
Yeah.
hospitals, compounds, drive-through testing facilities, cold rooms, and that's all going to be
Right.
stagehands.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like a month or so, everyone's gonna just get tired of being at home, and
yeah,
uh,
It's true.
maybe it has to be something that we have to like be proactive with, and just say, hey, we gotta stop worrying about this thing and just
Right.
like have fun again.
Well, no, it's a huge
you
like
have
mental,
to have fun,
yeah, it's a
man.
huge mental burden on
Yeah.
everybody. So we're just trying to lighten things up. And having to schedule is like a serious dealio. My schedule was all screwed up for a few days when we were trying to actually for like the last week.
Yeah.
Being here late night, trying to put it together, and then trying to be up early in the morning, and then sleep. Then when I
Right.
slept all day one day, and that really screwed me up because
Yeah.
there's no real clock anymore. Like nobody has to be anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like at 3 in the
Well,
morning,
so
doing laundry and shit. It's like I'm a tweaker, but I'm not.
to me that's been key too. Is like I keep a schedule now too. I try to wake up early and do some things in the morning, and then work around the house like mid morning, and then like have a meal, and then just do some more work, and then the afternoon I study and work on music and stuff. So
Right
it's
on.
That's awesome.
Totally.
that's it, like that. Be, keeping that up for like the last month. The
Right.
month just passed by like nothing. It's
Right.
great, I think.
That's good, dude.
man, are
See,
you-
and you're smiling, dude. See, that's
Right?
what people need to see too.
Yeah,
Because I
dude.
smile every day. You have to smile, right?
Yeah.
You gotta laugh at
I
least
know,
once a
dude.
day, really good. So are you keeping in contact with family? Are you reaching out to friends, people you don't see on the road, or you see on the road but
Oh,
aren't going
friends.
to?
One of my buddies came here. Actually, he's staying here for a little while until this thing blows over, I guess.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, yeah, family for sure. A bunch of friends who live in the city who are like, who I told like, if things go really bad, you should come over here. And
Yeah, no kidding.
it's always been calm here in Morongo.
Right?
But
Come up to the mountains.
Yeah.
it's so calm here. There's
Oh, dude,
it's
I'm
like
outside,
it's
yeah.
untouched by this whole craziness.
A little bit. Did you hear
Little
about
bit.
those people that went on like in the beginning of March? They went on a 25-day rafting trip down through the Grand Canyon, down the Colorado River. And when they came
Yeah.
out, it was like, okay, there's some things you need to know. And it's like, yeah, like they're like,
What?
NBA's canceled, this is canceled, you can't go anywhere. It was like culture shock. But it was for them. They like this one girl said it was like they had their own special moment out there, like they stole time from the earth because they were out there and like
That's cool.
didn't know anything about it. Kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, the response to this thing has been like too. It was just like a blanket kind of thing, and
Yeah.
they didn't really know how to deal with it.
No,
Once they get their shit together, they they're just gonna like test us, say, hey, you already had the virus. We might have already had it, and we just don't know it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot.
as soon as
no
they
kidding.
figure that shit out, then they can start letting people do their fucking business.
Yeah,
Right.
no shit. No
Right.
shit.
So what show would you be working on right now if you weren't at home?
Right now, there's something in Denver for a big client of mine.
Nice.
Dude,
Wow.
Denver's sweet in the spring.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
You get some
I know. I was looking
snowboarding.
forward to being there. I was gonna drive there actually.
Oh,
You-
so
go
even
s-
better.
Have you been
Yeah,
to
go skiing and visit my house. I haven't even been to Utah.
I was just
in a
gonna ask
while.
you, when was the last time you've been to Beaver?
It's been like a year now. I was gonna go, but then this whole thing went down.
Right, right.
Well, you can still
Right.
go. You can still
I
go.
could, but
It's essential business.
will they
to go
let me
check out
back
your
into
property.
California? Is
Yeah,
the
see,
question.
It's essential business to get to your property.
Well, but you're crossing two border
I'm not gonna take my chances there.
Right, right.
just
right.
like just like that cruise that's like floating around Miami. They're just
Oh,
hanging
yeah.
out there, getting sick.
They have some down in San Diego. They're just kicking it. It's like, what are you doing? And there's still cruises going
Well,
on,
Doug was saying they come off the boat,
which is
they
weird.
get
Why would they do that?
processed right away, and
Right. Just
Oh, there
test
was
them
a
if they're
dude-
positive,
there was a
quarantine.
freaking dude today that tried to crash, or was it yesterday's Wednesday, right? I read about it today. Some guy tried to crash a diesel train locomotive into the ship that's docked in Los Angeles.
What?
Oh, wait, the
like-
medical ship?
Yes, he took like a
Really?
like a cargo, yes, like a freight train locomotive at full as fast as he could get it, and ran it off the end of the tracks to try to
Jesus.
like because he
Why?
to alert everybody about the big situation that the government's causing.
Uh,
Oh,
Like maybe
Right.
maybe too much X Files.
too much exo.
Maybe
Could be.
maybe that's the guy. Maybe he knows the guy that hijacked our Skype call earlier.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. But he didn't
Is it-
come
is-
within like 200 yards of it or something. But yeah,
Oh,
just the
yeah,
attempt
dude.
to try to crash a train
So-
into a ship, that's
how
fucking
can
nuts.
There's no way like the train tracks go right to the friggin' boat.
No,
How's that
no
even
way.
possible?
It's fucking a
Do I
rat.
have to look this up?
But the guy's like, I guess when he got arrested, it's like, once in a lifetime, I gotta let people know, it's now or never, do or die. Like fight or
Right.
flight, like fight or flight. Freaking dude made a decision. Got to let the world know
Right.
that the government's.
I guess, man.
I don't know.
Well, it didn't work that well. I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I didn't either. Where the hell did you hear this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So John Van Norman knows some info about it. He saw the train, tried to drive a half a mile down the track. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. So nutso, I'd like to see some video of that shit, though. Nothing like a good train wreck, right?
Right.
There's a reason they call
Like
it
the
a
one
train
we're
wreck.
on right now. We're on one, a big one.
Yeah.
This is a global train
Yeah, we
wreck.
need
This is actually a
we need
global-
other news other than this other shit that we.
We're on intermission.
Well, dude,
That's
I
what's-
would love information.
I'd love to make up some fake news
I
like
have
the Onion and
questions
shit.
that I haven't heard answers to anywhere, and I've
Like-
been looking.
Like what?
What are the numbers? What's the going? What?
Why can't
I
Taco Tuesday be on a Monday?
That too.
Yeah.
That's the question I always have. We did have Taco Tuesday on Monday at our house. See, that's the kind of freedom we have in America. We can do whatever
Yeah,
the hell we
exactly.
want. Now that we don't have jobs or anywhere to be, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Right. Right.
But
Exactly.
we should spend this time responsibly. And we're trying to. We originally wanted live bands and stuff. You should check out the La Troika set. I'll send you a link, dude.
Yeah,
It
it's cool,
sounded
man.
really
Okay.
good. It looked
Works
good. We had momentum. And while
Right.
Josh was here one night, there was during
Yep,
our performance, the word went down. It's like stay at home.
That was good.
And that was
Yeah.
then John came over a few days after that with Russell, and since then we've been dead.
Yeah, well, everyone
Nice.
stays at home.
Uh,
you know,
So
everyone's
we wanna-
doing the
we wanna stream
quarantine
bands from there.
quarantine thing. So,
We'd love to stream bands from wherever they are.
well, this is a good test,
Right.
Lawrence, because if you want to play some violin, go ahead.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
I'm not quite there yet, man.
Okay, cool. Well,
And
no,
then,
I know some people. I
Give me
make some
a
calls.
few more months if we're still doing this.
Oh no, don't say.
Dude, right?
Yeah, his beard will be like.
Well, we're-
dreadlocks.
When
You're
you're
saying
ready
at
for
least till
recital,
August, right?
we'll get you well, no, we're not gonna make you wear black, dude, for a recital. Wear like
Right.
a nice, comfortable shirt. for your first violin recital.
You're for
Right. Sure.
a nice folding chair.
Oh, dude, did you ever watch that movie? Did you? What was it called? Perfection or some weird shit on Netflix about the cello players?
No, no.
Dude, twisted
Haven't heard of it.
shit. It was some twisted. If you want to, oh my god, I think it was called Perfection. It was a twisted movie. Disturbing.
Uh, it's funny you mentioned Netflix, though, but recently I found something called The Platform. Have you heard of that movie?
Dude, Sam was watching it
No,
last
I'm
night.
writing it down, dude.
Sam was watching
Dude,
it last night. She's like, "You gotta watch this," and I was like, "I gotta see it from the beginning."
Yeah, watch The Platform. That's funky, and it totally is relevant to what's happening right now.
Really?
I think
Okay.
so,
All right.
because it's all about people at the top.
Yeah.
They have the advantage of well, just watch the movie and you'll see what I mean. It's like it's all about our stratified society
Yep.
and the advantages of of the rich versus the poor, the people
Yeah.
underneath. It's an amazing movie.
Wow.
Oh, good. I'm gonna go check it out tonight. Actually, that'll be
Yeah,
good. Well,
for
because we
sure.
all know, dude. I mean, there's a little bit something.
Dude, there's a crazy movie.
There is a big power move going on right now, though, too. So it's kind of
the movie Moonwalkers. Sounds like it.
Moonwalkers.
It sounds like it's about Michael Jackson, but it's not. It's fucking hilarious,
and he
dude.
only has one glove, but he has a mask.
It's Moonwalkers. It's on that. It's on the Netflix. Hey, did you know that that's the new N word in Hollywood?
Oh, what?
What?
You know what the new N word in Hollywood is? Netflix.
No.
Netflix, man. Isn't it?
Dude.
Right?
The studios hate Netflix.
I need a gong in here. Hey, anyone have a gong out there?
We
I
could get
borrow?
a gong or like a tire something.
Why don't you 3D
Big
print
hammer.
one?
Dude, we could 3D print a gong.
I don't know if I can get the right tone out of it. It might be like a dong.
Thump or
Right.
splash.
Well,
Instead of a gong?
you'll just fake it, just
Right? Sound
have
effect
one
over here.
sound
Gong.
effects, right? That's how the Gong Show was. That wasn't a real gong, was it?
Right. Look, we were looking at Kai's on this. As you can tell by the decor.
Well,
I had
well,
some
yeah,
old talk shows up, and I was like, "Look at all the old sets, man. I can make you
Yeah,
anything you want, dude.
see,
Shop
you're-
out
Right.
back. I have a
you're
shop
seeing
out
it-
back, full shop. We can make
because-
anything
Right.
you want."
I think you're seeing a different camera than the stream is showing. I think you're on the Skype.
Yeah.
I think you're seeing the tight shot. You're seeing the good the TV shot.
I'm watching it on Facebook as well, so I see your guys' shot as well.
Yeah.
see-
So did you see the two different cameras? One's wider, one's
Yes.
tighter. Yeah. So
Yeah, I see the wide shot.
yeah, we're gonna get that fixed.
I
Someday.
don't know, man. I tried, dude, and
Yeah.
it crashed, and because Skype wants to have control over one camera all the time.
Yeah, and it's
So I can
Well-
manipulate it through different scenes, but I can't.
we can't.
I
change
can't
the
just
camera, yeah.
change it and
it's the
make
Skype
it.
camera,
I can't
too.
control it through another program.
And Skype wants to
basically.
see a particular program. Yeah, and then the OBS.
Right, but-
Yeah, it's a lot of weird shit. But with that new car,
That camera is it just it's just a USB camera
Yeah, this
or
one,
is it a
this
HDMI?
one. Yeah, they're both.
I was gonna say I have a switcher here. You could switch the feed that's going into your.
And
That's
how
going
much
to-
power would it take? Because I'm to the point because I'm running 3 cameras and one at 15 feet with an active cable, and I'm at like max.
yeah.
And
Right.
extensions on the other cameras, right? And then I was reading like the USB ports in the back are bridged. They're not solid 3.0s. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
Right.
shared power. So I went and bought a PCI Express card to put in here to give me true. But it's 2 weeks away. So I'm hoping
Cool.
because I want 2 roaming cameras plus a control camera. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Nice. You're getting really into this. Huh?
well, I'm learning a lot more about how these motherboards are too, and it's like, well, it's bridge power because I'm like, because some cameras sometimes they'll just not work
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
and then
It's because they lose power. They're not getting, what they need.
or we were popping them in when we were first setting things up. We would unplug and replug extensions in. Then we would have to reacquire the camera. It was a
Gotcha.
lot of learning, a lot of trial and
Yeah,
error.
but
Because we would move camera positions, and then now we know better.
It
We
was,
no,
know,
it was that was pretty smooth though. Just this whole thing.
in the
Usually these
stream.
streams don't like you've been on gigs. They don't work
I know,
half the
dude. Why do you
time.
think I'm over here like freaking out? I had to take a day off and sit by the campfire out back, and
right? And we've been on the phone.
but it looks good. It's solid, dude. It looks good.
Yeah,
Oh,
looks
okay.
great.
Oh,
Looks
good.
great on Facebook.
And
Cool.
we're just doing what we know, man. We're trying to make it sound good, and the video is secondary because we're limited with the cameras and the positions and
Yeah, like
switching.
dash
and-
cams, dude. I'm working with dash cams and one real camera.
But so when originally, was to have artists and music bands, because when shows got shut down, it was like, well, we're out of work too, and so these bands can't go anywhere, so let's have them over here. And
Yeah.
the Troika was like, fuck yeah! It was like 2 days later they were here, and it was
Cool.
like, wow, well, fucking hey, if we can do it, let's do it. And we got the mic kit, and it'd be great if we could have more bands because we really are focused on the quality of the audio coming across. Because you can
the
put
whole
it on
stream,
in the
I
background.
want, the whole thing.
Right.
Want it nice,
But it would be nice if you could just listen to the music while you're fucking doing shit around the house. That's what I did the other day. I put it on. That band is good. Alfredo's band is really good.
Yeah, I was.
Right.
Well, that particular one, he's in a few.
Yeah, which one? It's like no, but
Well,
And
just sitting here talking to you guys. Maybe what I might want to do one day is I personally think the mountain biking here in Morongo Valley is one of the best I've ever done.
right.
And maybe I'll take like a camera and just like ride around here and kind of show people.
fuck yeah,
Yeah,
dude, whatever
dude,
you want to do.
totally,
You
Yeah.
want to create some content. We need it.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you
because
know
I want to
anybody-
do that. I want to make a video, but I want to show it like scrolling in the background on one of these pips. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah, like,
Yeah, just do a tip with
With the
with
video.
that while we're just shooting shit, and there's all sorts of stuff like weird stuff like there's a guy raising peacocks like not too far away. You could actually hear him. once in a
They're
while.
loud.
over by
fuckers,
Glenn's
man.
house, there's a guy doing peacocks.
Dude,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's
Nice.
llamas around. There's all kinds of stuff in Morongo.
Yeah, man, you're a cameraman. Get out there, Lawrence. Come on, man.
Right, I will.
Get active. We all have to do it. This is what we do, right?
Right, exactly. We gotta our creative outlet. We need something.
Well, that's
Right.
it.
Like
Exactly.
I found myself. It was funny. I found myself starting to set up screens and stuff around the house
Are you
just
serious?
so I'm surrounded by monitors.
Dude, Bill has done a shitload of monitor shit around here.
Oh, I got
This is
monitors
totally
in-
different than it was 2 weeks ago.
Dude, my Wi-Fi goes all the way around out to my shop, all the way out there. I have Wi-Fi, so I have Wi-Fi on the
Nice.
whole property. You can walk outside and do whatever you want.
We actually need to do a stream from the shop. Have a project day.
Right.
I do a
just
stream
show
from
you-
the shop. I'll run a hard line out there too, because I have the cable. I have the cable, and I have the tools to make my own cables.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just time, man. If we got time, we could do it.
Well, no, we do. So
I
that's
know.
the thing, right, Lawrence?
Yeah. Exactly. I one of the first projects I worked on when we first got into quarantine was home automation. It was like an ongoing project I already had,
Yeah.
but this gave me the time to actually really perfect it. And most of the home automation stuff that you could buy in the store, you have to have it cloud based. And one of the main things I wanted to do in my house is I wanted everything locally controlled. So it's really, really difficult because you essentially have to hack each device that
Yes.
you have. So usually what it does is like the cheap bulbs that you get from Amazon, those things you have to it essentially what it does is it hits a server in China and then it comes all the way back here. I mean, like, what's the point of doing that? There's such a big delay.
Yeah.
So
And just network.
what I end up doing is that, like, hacking each one. It was time consuming, but in the end, it was worth it because the local control was so much better
Right.
than the original.
Well, that just seems like the IoT
That's so
would
cool,
eat up
dude.
so much bandwidth if things have to pop over to an overseas server.
Well, yeah, you're
You know?
creating a local network and you're control, right? Or you have your own.
Well, no wonder the IoT's
Yeah,
taking up so much bandwidth. Is what I'm trying to say.
it does. Like you notice it because each device is just pinging like crazy. So like right now, I have 75 devices around the house. That's like
Nice.
Holy shit,
Dude,
dude!
that's
from
awesome.
like light bulbs and switches and like tablets because I'm using tablets in order to control each one, and each room needs like its own tablet so
Oh
you could
wow, that's
control.
cool,
Can you
dude.
say 75
So
types of devices really slow with heavy breathing?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute you, dude. Let Lawrence finish, dude.
I'm sorry.
This is
no,
tech
no,
talk.
no. Like so the the main the spine, so to speak, that keeps everything together is the Wi-Fi network, and that's I end up using the Google Wi-Fi, which sets up a mesh network in
Okay.
order, and and so you don't have to have like a central like main
Right,
uh,
everything pops up on its
router
own.
and then have repeaters. The mesh network
They're
functions
repeaters.
so much better.
Okay.
Um,
Really?
yeah, I think, and it's cheap. Like I believe I spent $150 for three access points,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
it's like incredibly reliable.
Yeah.
The where I notice something slowing down is when I'm streaming multiple video streams from like I basically have one media server and it can stream to different rooms.
Right.
So yeah, that's where you start noticing like the lights don't switch as quickly and stuff like that. But yeah, beyond that, it's like instantaneous,
There was
and
some.
then it still meshes with either Alexa or Google if you wanted to.
Right.
So you can still have voice control over your devices. The devices themselves are locally controlled, but the obviously the Google stuff is in the cloud. So
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
yeah,
Dude,
but at
that's.
least it's not hitting a server like in some other country.
Oh, no kidding. Right.
So
It's a local
yeah,
network. Yeah. It's.
Plus,
yeah, the local stuff is the way
plus,
to go.
does that reduce the possibility of somebody like hacking your refrigerator or something stupid like that?
Completely,
Yeah.
Yes.
completely. Like
Like your baby,
there's
like if you
someone
had kids, like your baby monitor kind of thing wouldn't be hackable.
for sure
Right.
because you block it on your mesh network.
Yep.
You block the IP address of that particular device. So
It's a
you
it's a LAN pretty
so
much what you created.
like I have security cameras too in the mesh network. They're Wise cameras, and they don't hit the cloud at all. They just generate their own RTSP stream, and they're all locally controlled and locally streamed.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah,
want to
it's
do with my RoboCam. I have one because I don't want to go on.
yeah. If it supports a RTSP stream, it should be just able to call up the IP address of that RoboCam, and it'll stream it on a web browser. That's what it does on mine on the Wise cameras.
Nice. But when did you
Yeah,
start? How long have you been since when you decided to go automate your home? When was that?
that was 6 months ago, but I started doing local control 3 months ago,
Right.
and that was like an incredible experience because you had to learn some programming, like JSON programming,
Right.
and you had to learn a little bit of Linux because it's all all these devices are Arduino controlled devices, and the exploit that allows you to hack them is through the Wi-Fi card that's built into these Arduino units. So that's um, there's a way you could hack them where you have to solder, but there's also a way to hack it over the Wi-Fi network, and obviously that's the easiest way to do it.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's cool. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if you could, I don't know if you could see behind me. There's a light switch right there, and I could say, "Hey Google, turn office lights off," and it should turn the lights off. Hey Google, turn lights on. Yeah, there you go.
nice,
dude.
dude.
Right. And that's all locally controlled. Even though it uses the Google API to do that, it's still locally controlled, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like I never saw any advantages of it before until now. It's like,
right, dude.
yeah, it's great.
Oh, I need this. I'm doing it. Amongst the other million
Yeah,
things
Right.
I have to do.
That's rad,
yeah.
dude. Now,
You essentially find the cheapest smart bulbs on Amazon. They're usually like $10 a piece or something, and
yeah,
more than likely you can hack those.
yeah,
okay, now that
totally.
because you have a schedule that you'd like to adhere to, and your
Yeah,
house is automated, does your house
Yeah.
remind you when it's lunchtime?
it can.
It
I could
can.
create an automation to do that where it'll just, or I could just tell Google
Or
to
is your do
to
you
tell me.
Yeah,
do you wear
exactly.
like a wearable device like a smartwatch?
I do have one, but I didn't like it at all.
Now,
I
could
thought it
you
was kind of hokey.
right? Now, could you integrate that into your automation system where it could tell you it's like you've been in the that's enough time in the kitchen there, Mister Chu.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah, that's
definitely.
that's way too much time in the office, bro. Get outside for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool.
It'll definitely. You could definitely send yourself a text
Like a digital butler kind of
for.
thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Just
rad.
yeah. Google's really smart. I'm sure Alexa's the same way, and whatever Apple's doing.
Right, right.
Because
But yeah, I mean, this all started really with one light bulb and like one Google Mini,
Really?
and yeah, and after that it just like snowballed, and
No shit.
it was just so much. It's so cool to be able to control your house lights from across the country, or from like Europe, or like some other country,
Yeah.
like, and like, oh yeah, okay, and you could see all your cameras, see.
right.
Yeah, it's just a peace of mind thing as well.
I have been thinking about
Ah,
doing
no
the
shit.
camera thing, and to know that you could do it actually locally controlled and not have anything hit the cloud. That's good to know.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
it
figure
it's
anytime you plug in a camera to anything that's plugged into the internet, you're giving access, you're giving permissions to applications and things like that anyway.
right. You are, obviously the cameras still go out to some cloud in order for you to see it from somewhere else,
Yeah, well, it's going to pass through. Yeah.
but I believe it's a lot more secure because those cameras only go through your local server, your local. In my instance, I'm using a Raspberry Pi, and that's another advantage of this system. All you need is a Raspberry Pi, in order to control everything, and it's that. I don't know how much experience you've had with those, but they're tiny little computers, and
Yeah.
they don't take any power at all. So you don't need like a honking
No,
server
no,
in order
no,
to
no, no.
to do all this stuff.
Wow. Yeah,
You're a
dude.
genius, dude.
Nah, that's all Linux based
Yeah,
stuff. I know what he's talking about. Everything he's talking about. It's just, yeah, I have,
it's all this like pent up energy. You're spending it on ballrooms and shit. And
right?
Right?
you
And you're
right.
forced in your
Some
house. I
Dude,
can't go out to dinner, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat some
dude,
food, and I'm gonna sit here and keep studying.
dude,
It's
you're a
like,
really good. You are a really good example of somebody who's utilizing their time.
Thanks.
No, you are because like the astronauts. The best advice I've read on like being cooped up has been from the astronauts. Get a schedule, keep a journal sometimes, and definitely
Yep.
contact with other human beings. So you don't
Yes.
end up like a gibbering hermit.
yeah,
Right. Right. Yeah. it keeps you sane for sure. I mean, I know everyone's like, it doesn't help you to just sit at home worried about uh,
Everything.
Okay,
like
now,
when's your next job
all right,
or like
all right,
where your next paycheck
all
is. You
right. The
just
last
kind of
time,
take it a day at a time, and
all right, the last time
and
you went,
you'll end up being everything will end up being okay. I
yeah,
think.
the last time you went shopping or whatever, how was the demeanor of other people in the stores? Did anybody like? There was like no talking, like no pleasantry talk. Everybody was, when you say hi to people, so they light up now. It's like, oh my gosh, somebody said hi to
Yeah,
me. It's weird.
exactly.
It's just because
Right.
we can't like be next to each other doesn't mean we can't be nice and say hello and acknowledge each other's
And
presence. Because
yeah,
we already did
that's
by
definitely
staying
been the
away.
biggest casualty of all this thing is that it's like, what are we doing now? We stopping like people hugging each other or handshakes, or is that like the price we pay for stopping pandemics? But I think that's too much a price to pay. It's I think we just need to be prepared. Just be like the Koreans, or they just kind of stayed on top of things. We just got our asses whooped on this one, and we should prepare for the next one so that we don't get our asses whooped.
Right? Because things like
Well,
this.
yeah, maybe some mass production. Like build our own stuff, not waiting for it to get here when it can be built right here.
Yeah,
Right. Well,
there's
speaking of which, too, Bill, and you and I were talking about this. I think the next revolution in manufacturing is 3D printing,
Absolutely,
and
100%.
for sure.
and, there won't be any more like factories or dedicated to say just making masks. So it's like think about what's happening now with like GM and Ford, where they're like retooling everything
I was
Yeah,
just
to
gonna
make
say it
to
eliminates
make
the.
respirators and stuff. Like, why would they need to retool when you could just when you just have a big factory that only has 3D printers,
yes.
and all you have to do is upload the G code, and it'll
It
build whatever you want. And so, like,
exactly.
at that point, we won't need like a China or India or anything.
Yeah,
Um, and it's going to build like a whole bunch of employment, highly like probably highly paid technical employment in order
oh
to
yeah,
get these
Program,
systems
maintain,
running, right?
design. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you don't want to be a cog in the machine, like just
Yeah,
working at GM, just like tightening bolts all day long. You want to be like a technical specialist in order to
exactly.
like, yeah, bring yourself up.
It is, and it is, and it builds your character, man. You really have to get
Yeah,
involved with it. It's not a simple little thing. Oh, you could make the thing. No,
no,
dude, you have to study and you have to understand why it's doing this and how it does this and why in three-dimensional calculations. You know what I mean? It is just it's cool. It's
right,
fun. We
yeah,
have so many people who can work in this country, and we just have to redirect it. And this is one way to do it.
correct.
And it's
Yeah,
fun.
we just have to focus on our economy's changing,
Yes.
especially after this whole thing. And so what we have to do is invest in re-educating uh, people for whichever way the economy is going to change.
Right.
Supply chains are going to change. People don't want their stuff coming from from overseas, because look what happened now. Like,
Yeah.
all trade and all travel is stopped, and we can't produce anything. We can't even produce masks. I mean, that's
Right.
the simplest things, and we're like paying 7 times
Yes.
for the same items.
Absolutely.
Right.
7 times for
Right.
something that we could be here, and it's built
Right.
somewhere else. I mean, we're our own country. Why? I mean, when I
Right.
was growing
Yeah,
up,
and
we built
we
everything.
produce the
So
most oil in the world. We produce, we
food.
could produce everything. We're a
We do.
self-sufficient country, and yet we can't produce anything. Right?
Well,
Yes. Right.
It's
we
So you
made the
tell me.
decision not to. I think we made the decision to have other people do it for us.
Right.
Well, you know,
It was a conscious
from like
business decision
a
to have stuff manufactured overseas instead of building a factory here.
yeah, and that's because of labor. Labor is so much cheaper. Was so much cheaper in China, but if you're 3D printing everything, it's all robots. So it's
Yeah.
like you don't need like you don't need like human hands anymore. So it's
No, just to move
Well,
around.
there are
and-
certain things that human hands will.
Yeah,
uh,
you have to maintain
you
and
have-
observe, and there's a lot.
Right.
There are
Yeah.
jobs that robots cannot do. Robots really can't be
Oh, no.
doctors. Robots, food prep and things like that. Yeah, there's tasks, but they're never going to be a chef, or
Right,
they're
right.
never going to be an actor. There's a lot of jobs that they can't do.
and so that's the point is like the human hands are amazing. They're amazing tools, but there's nothing like the human brain and creativity,
Yes,
and
right.
that has not been able to be mimicked yet by any machine. So
Not yet.
until they do, I mean, they're
Yeah,
trying,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't
they're
think
trying.
I don't
Nah,
think
that's
they're gonna
way
get
off, dude.
there.
We did the show together,
There's
didn't
a
we,
movie
with that
about it.
creepy ass robot?
There's a movie
Yeah.
about that one.
We
Who
did
wants
that
to
show
watch a
together.
bunch of robots?
No.
Right.
Oh, Robot Wars was pretty, or Battle Bots.
Oh yeah, I
Battle
like
Bots is
robot
alright.
battles. Those were
Come
pretty
on.
nice.
I played some Mech Wars here and there.
Right.
But the 3D printing, so even with that, so like now, and even in a situation we're in right now, so just like knowing the G code, like we just got the file, like me, I got the file, so I can print. So say there's 100,000 people, and we just get, hey man, we need you to make this. So if you can produce so much by yourself, times 100,000 times how many machines you have, and once you're done with one, you take it off and you push go again, and it goes again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, for sure.
crowdsourcing a resource. Crowdsourcing something that's needed.
Yeah, it's definitely a few. I mean, like there's something to be said that you do have to like the way they are now. You do have to educate yourself in order to
Yes.
produce anything off them. But eventually, they're going to be so simple where you
Yeah.
just there'll be like a picture. Oh, I want to create this plastic thingy, and you just hit the picture of that
Well,
thing,
dude, hey,
and
hold
the-
on.
They'll
I
produce
got one. Did you see the ultraviolet one where they put it in an ultraviolet solution and then they project the image of the object, and then within a couple minutes it solidifies and there's the object?
right. Yeah,
Hey.
the SLA printers are pretty amazing. I have one right here
Yeah,
next to
yeah.
me, and
See, now,
it produces amazing figures for sure.
a lot of the people that get ambitious to buy 3D printers are probably like me. They're like, oh, it's only how much? Like $300 for a printer, and then go get it, and then get frustrated, and
Oh, yeah.
then maybe break something or put it together wrong, and then it doesn't work initially. So like, I haven't done it with 3D printing, but I have taken on projects like that, and if something takes more time than people expect, they're going to be shut down and discouraged. Like how many
Yeah.
3D printers are collecting dust because somebody's lazy right now?
Yeah,
Quite a few.
There's a learning curve for sure, but I think they're going to simplify. They've
Yeah,
definitely
well,
simplified,
definitely.
and they're cheaper too, and that's
Yeah, 'cause
that's the
prices
biggest.
come way down. The accessibility,
Yeah.
And the cost to manufacture one is cheap. It's small motors and little things and belts and bearings and you
Right.
can print most of it. You can print a lot of it. Like the Prusa is mostly 3D printed.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, a lot of the parts you can do modifications using the 3D printer to modify your 3D printer.
Exactly.
But like you and I were talking earlier, just stuff around the house. Like I was looking for cable clips because all my cables were all over the place, right? Like computer cables and all this home automation stuff. I had cables everywhere.
Any good
And I was like, I was about to run a Home Depot, and I was like, wait, can I just 3D print this? And I looked on Thingiverse, and there it was like a cable clip, and
Yeah.
printed it out, and like as soon as that happened, there's like 100 cable clips got printed, right? So instead of spending $40 at Home Depot in order to get cable clips, just printed, 100 of them for $5 maybe of plastic.
Right. dude.
Yeah.
And it cost me. Like I talked about it, I think last night. I did just as a Christmas gift. It cost me like maybe $3.
Right.
And I did like 30 Dungeons and Dragons figures and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, God, if you could do those on SLA, man, they still look fantastic. I did like a bunch of Greek sculptures and stuff, like the highest resolution. It was something from some museum was had a bunch of 3D models, like very high resolution 3D models, and I started printing those out on the SLA, and they look amazing.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. I heard there's a museum. This is totally not 3D printing, but there's a museum. It might be the Getty. They're like take your favorite piece of artwork, maybe it a painting or a sculpture, or whatever, a classical piece of artwork. Find 3 items around the house and then recreate that. Send us a
Right.
JPEG. So like somebody did like the Madonna and Child.
Yeah.
It was like their dog, but it's like the recreation is really good. There's a couple classic pieces I've seen where it's like the reenactment is really just it's there. It's creative.
That's cool.
It's like a little distraction project. But yeah, 3D
Right.
printing and like the little plastic pieces that break in cars, like the visor holder clips, little things like that are totally
Yeah.
Things like that cost you like like over $10 if you order them, and it takes a
Exactly.
week. Why not just if you could at least like pay Ford or whoever owns your manufacturer is for the G code,
Right.
so if they
Yeah.
could license the G code to manufacture, print your own. They're
It's
still
all
making
about
money.
that. Like think of all the little plastic things that you've broken over the years that like you couldn't replace, and with a 3D printer now you could just download the G code
And
and,
here in
and
the
print it out.
desert where UV damage is just brutal on some
Right.
things around the house, like cable ties, exterior cable ties, and
Right. Right.
weather seals and things like that. If we could print foam
Yeah.
rubber.
Yeah, and there's UV resistant plastics you can just directly print from. You don't have to. I mean, there's the possibilities are amazing. I think that's why I think it's whatever the fourth or fifth industrial revolution is 3D printing, and we haven't seen
But
it yet.
it's a grassroots
Come,
revolution, though, because so many
there's that
makers
element,
out
but the
there.
industrial part of it has not really reached anything the scale of where it should be,
No,
and I think as a country, that's where we should invest in becoming self-sufficient manufacturing wise,
right. As
where
far as
we locally, produce stuff so that we're not completely dependent on
right, and
overseas sources.
you save a lot of energy on transportation when you don't have to ship things great distances. All that energy
Correct.
could be spent
Yeah.
manufacturing locally.
Right.
Also, I was thinking like scalability. You can print like if something's too big to print, you print the components and then assemble the components. So
Yeah.
really, I mean, no matter how, it's going to take longer, but the smallest 3D printer can build the biggest skyscraper,
Right.
piece by piece by piece, of course. So I think the largest printer is the University of Maine, or I
Oh,
think
really?
they've done the largest 3D print. It was
Yeah.
a boat, I think,
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen
like
that.
3 or 4 months
But
ago.
I did. I went to. I did a gig, a Comic Con in Utah, and this kid. I don't know if you're like a StarCraft fan, but
You play
he
StarCraft,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
he built a StarCraft Marine,
Oh shit!
completely 3D printed costume. This thing was amazing. It had lights. It had like a visor that flipped open
Really?
and closed, and it was just like if you saw this thing, you'd be like, "Holy shit! This like a real thing?" It's
Like put the best stormtroopers at Comic Con to shame, huh?
right. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
That's
it
cool.
was the best cosplay thing I've
That's
ever
cool.
seen. It was all. He said it took him 2 years to 3D print that whole thing.
Holy
Oh, I
shit.
bet. I bet. How many
Yeah.
pieces? You know,
One piece
I
at a
mean,
time,
yeah.
man. That's
Right.
rad.
It's awesome. I
Right.
want to go to a maker's fair, but oh no, we can't go to a maker's.
Yeah, but you know what? You can start doing streams like this and have particular topics on particular days to keep people in the quarantainment value up, man.
I'm in total agreement. I mean, there was quite a bit of tech talk going through here.
Right.
Dude, I'm
A little bit of
I learned
politics,
something
but-
about how to automate the house in a more secure way than people typically would. You know, and it's
Yeah.
not just plug and play.
Right.
Do a little research and do the right thing, and you can, keep your family more secure than otherwise you would,
Right.
or you otherwise would. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I'm just trying to give your viewers some ideas, maybe starting a business.
Right?
If things go south, we gotta be agile and know, like, okay, there's other opportunities. You don't have to just hope that things work out. You make things work out.
Exactly.
Something I'm looking. I'm going to start. I wanted to start today actually because today's the first of the new month. Is the ArcGIS.
Oh yeah,
Training that.
that stuff's pretty
dude,
amazing.
Cartography. I've always been a fan of maps and like. Just dude,
Right.
it's just. I think it's my bag, man. I say so.
There you go.
I don't have. I can't afford a mobile device now. I just did cancer surgery on the dog or paid for that shit.
Oh, shit.
And then lost all these gigs. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now I'd be having, a MacBook or what. No, I wanted to do, what the fuck, an iPad? Whatever the fuck I needed. Anyway, it was the iPad because the iOS works better
Right.
with a lot of what they do as opposed to Windows. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into that because it's just like
Cool.
you're learning every day and creating stuff, and it's a community like the maker community, like the 3D printing, because it's all
Right.
just information that just compiled and then redisseminated.
Exactly.
Kind of like the
Yeah.
designs. There's a better way to design or a different way to print something, different materials or whatever.
And it's an open community. Everyone works together on the coding to the printing to I've watched all the videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Those guys just put all that stuff out for free. It's pretty amazing. The same thing with home automation. That was all the people who created Home Assistant, the system I use, completely open source, completely free. And it's like it's better than Alexa or Google, in my opinion.
yeah.
It's like the interfaces you can create with it, the functionality. It's just out of this world, and it's all free. So it's
it's
all
great.
user contributions, and
Is
it's great.
Is it so good that if somebody else lived in your house with you, like it would recognize their voice also, or you just
You can add all the voice controls Google, so you can add their voice to it if you want. But if I don't add them, it actually won't
accept their commands.
respond to their voice.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody
Yeah.
just can't go in and like Alexa buy, withdraw $2 million.
No, it has to recognize your voice.
Right on.
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh has an Alexa. I think he's got he's got one of those things, but
Oh, really?
he has the Trump weather, the Trump cast.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like it's
Yeah.
always like
I was thinking he was doing just porn. Hey, Alexa, show me midget porn.
No, dude, you just got everyone.
only
All
if
the
there's-
little kids.
only
Show me,
Western,
show me Mexican Tijuana midget porn
only
and
if you have
donkeys.
Western themes. That's funny.
Oh, dude.
Is he watching her now?
Yeah, before people are running
Right.
around their house right now. Go, oh, wait a minute, dude.
We actually got
So,
we
honey,
just
you
got
really
3
watched that?
shares and 10 more viewers now. Oh shit, dude! It's really good to talk to you. It's really
Yeah,
good
for
to see
sure,
you. You
yeah.
look great. You look happy.
We'll have to do it again. I'm looking. Yeah, I've been seeing you guys on even though I've been trying not to do Facebook anymore,
Yeah.
because Facebook's the devil.
It can't- it really
But
can't.
when I see your notifications, I do look at that stuff.
Okay,
Dude,
cool.
that's fucking awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully
sure.
we're gonna get some bands or like anybody, if a solo artist, a poet wants to come by, it's just something to keep people entertained and their minds
Yeah.
off of the situation. we got to be aware of what's going on, but we can't dwell on it. You know.
Nah, definitely not
Like,
worth dwelling on.
have you the thing I did that when the ArcGIS, we were doing that show when the John Hopkins map got
Yeah.
released. Like I was looking at it that night, and then the next morning it was like in the GS. And so I was like thinking when I was looking at it, could you imagine, like every time a little circle pops up, like keep refreshing it, like zoom into where the circle. Oh my God, another circle! Boom, and then just like self-perpetuating the sense of dread because you watch it grow in
Right.
real time, and oh my God,
What?
I hope there's no like, there's a. I just hope nobody's all cooped up like that, man.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for anybody that's all cooped up like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not worth dwelling on it.
No, no, it's good to be aware, but don't get all fucking drug into it. Jesus, like the news, man. I was like, my parents were gonna go for a drive, and I was thinking, put on your favorite album, you know,
Right.
something you haven't listened
Yeah.
to in a while, and don't turn on the fucking news.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's good to be aware, but no, you don't need to know. Fucking,
Right.
it just sucks when every headline I've seen is like, death. The word death is in every fucking headline
Yeah.
I've seen. And,
Yeah.
you know, enough of that shit, right? We know it's
Yeah.
happening. Come on. There's also
Oh,
plenty of people
that's-
living.
Yeah, people look for that shit. So it's the morbid curiosity. Can't stop it.
But it's also really
It's
good to see
addicting, man.
people doing things like we're doing. We're just trying to get people live music to hear live music and get the artists to be able to perform live music and get their audience, you know, because they can't right now unless. Well, before
Right.
a lot of people are doing it now. Like there was the iHeartRadio and shit, like Elton
Yeah.
John hosted. That's fucking awesome. But it's the
Yeah,
local
I know.
bands we're trying to help that maybe don't have the bandwidth or a bunch of cameras or a full studio.
Right. Yeah, it's but the local stuff for me is way more interesting. Like, who cares? I think even though I love her, Dua Lipa was doing a cast from her like apartment. But right.
Oh, but do you think it's ironic that Tom Hanks was quarantined with a Wilson?
That is a good question. That is
Oh, here, I got another
that is
question
a
for
good
you.
question.
If you had a
But
pet parrot and you just played sounds of other birds, bird calls, do you think it would just sound like a shitload of other birds? It would just no human voice. It would just hear just only bird sounds.
yeah, it would. Yeah, it mimics whatever it hears.
Oh yeah, parrots are fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Treat
they're
parrots with
great.
respect. There's not enough in the world.
Right. Yeah.
All right, man. Enough of me. Enough of my crap. Dude,
All
you
right,
are
dude.
smart as fuck and a genius.
great
and
talking
a
to you
pleasure
guys.
to talk to you, man.
Love you, man. We love you, brother.
Yeah, me too. We'll see you guys around.
Yeah, dude, get in touch when you want to fucking
Yeah,
spout.
man. You
When
got
wanna-
the number.
when-
Yeah, I'll try to stop by if someone's playing. I'll let me know, and I can just ride my bike there. I don't want to
that's
drive.
right. Yeah, that's right. You live right up the street.
Yeah, you can
in
bomb
Morocco.
Rosine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can bomb down Rosine from Altadena.
Right.
We could, dude. There's so little traffic. We could block the highway, and you could get all. Well, we could block the highway. You can zoom across, and then, yeah, dude. So we'll set up a stunt path for you, a stunt course.
I don't know about that, but sure.
All right, dude.
All right,
All
brother.
right, dude.
We love you, man. We'll talk to you later.
Peace out,
I'll
El
see
Chew.
you later.
Holy shit, dude. That was awesome.
That was rad.
Fucking Lawrence Chew is incredibly entertaining to talk with.
Yeah. He's a great man, dude. He's smart. Dude,
He
I
is
want to
smart.
do. I know exactly what he's talking about. I'm on
I haven't looked into home
it's
automation that much.
another project, but you know.
Another project. Something to do. But it's cool because people may be working on stuff like that right now. But that was like a lesson on how to set the shit up.
Yeah, dude.
That was really informative and educational. So, in my opinion, that was better than almost better than way better than having some doctor from Loma Linda
Right.
go on and on about the virus, man. Hey, somebody just clocked out. I just saw somebody left. Bye-bye, somebody's. Hey, everybody. I don't know how much longer we're going to go, but if you were hanging out with Lawrence Chew, I hope you learned something. I hope you were entertained.
Oh shit! I gotta get my turkey out. So
Oh,
I love
and Bill's
everybody,
burning a
and I
turkey.
gotta go. Oh shit!
Go to that other can. Can you go to that? No,
Here.
we don't have that
No,
one.
here, you can fuck with it.
All right. So it's just me now. I guess Bill's going to check on his turkey. You know, it smells really good. I'll tell you that. It doesn't smell like fire. It's not smoky in the house. So, but that was Lawrence Chiu talking about what he's been doing. He's learning to play the violin. He's automated his house. He is doing his best to keep a schedule, and that's what we should all do. Is keep a schedule. If I could keep a schedule, I'd be back here in the morning, but I probably won't be. Who knows? It's oh wow, we got music in the background. I guess my cans really weren't on. But yeah, I'd like to thank Larry. I'd like to thank John. Who else was watching? Bobby Helm. It's just kind of fun to do. Sit up here and learn stuff from smart people. Because Lawrence Chiu is smart. I'm kind of smart every now and then, but you're not going to learn that much from me. I can maybe learn with you. Someday, what happened to your turkey? What'd you do, bro? What the all right. We got an injury. Oh, Jolene, hey. You have a wonderful night. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Bill bumped his head. I don't know what happened. I just heard him say ouch, and now there's blood. It's not bad. So, all right, you guys. Peace out. Much love. On Bill Goodman's behalf, thank you so much. I'm sorry if you tuned in expecting to see a doctor. We did not have a medical professional, but we will hope to have a clerical expert soon to help out with the unemployment stuff. And am I in the right mic? Can I hear me? Okay, yeah. All right. So that's it, man. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. If you are an artist or you know of an artist that wants to come perform, be streamed live or streamed live from their location through us, whatever, you know. We want to get music out to the people that want to hear live music. So much love. Peace out. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Laugh. Call somebody you love. Get a good night's sleep. Wake up in the morning. Enjoy the sunshine. Take care of your pets. All that good stuff. All right.